What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video we're going to be talking about my current stocks and shares portfolio. If you've been around on the channel for a while, you'll see that I did a portfolio update back in May this year, not long after the big sell-off due to the coronavirus. We're going to look at all of my holdings. I've made some new purchases. I've not sold anything, but we're going to see what the rate of return has been and how it's changed since May. If you listen to some of the investments I made back in May, you might have done quite well. But we're going to have a look at all of these now. I'm also going to talk to you about sort of my general thinking and strategy moving into 2021 and how I'm going to try and position myself to sort of cap any potential downsides if there are any. So if that sounds interesting, please stick around for the rest of the video. Also, if you haven't done already, please like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends. I've now hit 1,000 subscribers, which is completely insane. So I just want to thank everyone who has engaged with any of the content, who's given me a like, who's given me a subscribe. It's massively appreciated. And there is more stuff on the way, and I'm going to try and get it going better and better and better as we go through. So anyway, let's get into the video. Right guys, so this is my current portfolio. I'm just going to give you a quick screenshot of where we were back in May. So if you just take a quick look at this screenshot, this is basically all of my holdings that I had back in May when I did my last portfolio update. So as you can see, my total return was 13.9%. As we know, the average stock market return for the last 90 years is around 9.8%. So this is sort of 4 to 5% higher than that, which is completely insane. And I was ecstatic at that time with what was going on and how I was managing to perform. But now it's just gone mad. This is my current portfolio performance so far. As you see, the portfolio value has increased quite a bit. A lot of this is due to some of the new investments that I've made, so the actual value of the portfolio has just increased from me adding more capital into it and more investment. But as you can see, the total return now has just hit 36.2% per annum. So I started investing back in July 2017. It's now the 30th December 20, the last day, one of the last days of the year, and I'm now at 36% per annum. This could all end tomorrow. This literally could all end tomorrow. The amount of uncertainty going on in the market at the moment, no one knows what could happen. So I'm taking a milestone, taking a high while I can before it all goes wrong. If it does, you don't know. All you can do is try your best, protect yourself, and learn from any mistakes, which is what I'm trying to do, and which is what I'm trying to sort of track the progress of this as we go along. So hopefully I can provide some insight to people and they can tell me that I'm doing it all wrong. They can give me their advice. And if you have got any questions, you got any advice, got anything you think I should look at, or any areas you think I might be at risk, please leave me a comment below and I will get back to you. So let's dive into what the actual holdings are. Just to give you a brief overview, all of the holdings that I had previously, these included Facebook, Fiat, Google, Micron and Visa, and just starting to invest in Bitcoin. Apart from Bitcoin, all of the other holdings I've just left as they are. I've not sold any stock, I've not added any more, so they are just as they were, just with the increase in value or decrease as the market has changed since May. So looking at these, Facebook has increased in value, Fiat Chrysler has increased considerably in value, same with Google, Visa. So looking at these, most of these have done pretty well since, and that's essentially because the whole S&P 500 as a whole has sort of generally risen back to where it was and is now making new highs, and these stocks have sort of followed with that. Before we talk about Bitcoin, which obviously is standing out as probably my biggest winner so far, some of the other holdings that I've made are purchasing gold, which is Barrick Gold, which is a gold mining company. I've also purchased some shares in the Van Eck Investment Gold Miners ETF. This is basically an exchange traded fund which holds a number of different gold mining stocks. Basically, my theory behind this was the amount of money that's being printed at the moment, all of the stimulus packages. I read a fact somewhere that 20% of all the dollars ever printed have been printed in 2020, and due to the decreasing buying power of the dollar, inflation on the cards, I just thought let's go with some safe haven assets like gold and Bitcoin, which is the sort of modern hedge against inflation, should we say, and monetary policy. So that was my thesis behind those two investments. As you can see, both of those gold stocks haven't really gone anywhere. I'm not expecting huge things for them, maybe just a slow rise over time, unless we get any real big issues coming in. But fingers crossed that doesn't happen. Another stock that I picked up fairly recently was IAG. This is International Consolidated Airlines Group. This is basically a company that operates under British Airways, Iberia, Vueling, Aer Lingus and Level brands. Got nearly 600 aircraft flying to just under 300 destinations. Obviously the aircraft industry has been absolutely killed by coronavirus, and essentially if you look at this chart now, back in January 2018 IAG was trading at 480 a share. At one point it was trading at sort of like 95 a share. I sort of picked them up about the 140 150 range, which is generally sort of at the bottom, I believe. So I'm just hoping that as these recover, as the vaccine gets rolled out, these should hopefully reach those highs that they were back in January 2018. It might take a few years, but there's considerable upside to be made since then, and that's generally my thoughts behind it. The truth is, no one really knows what's going to happen. This is just the best educated guess. I think I said this before, but I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have any credentials in this field. This is all just for entertainment purposes only, and please research anything you do before you invest in anything, and take whatever I say with a bit of a pinch of salt. The next new addition I've made is purchasing some shares in AT&T. I actually brought this up in a previous video of my top 5 side hustles, where I mentioned it as a dividend stock. AT&T do offer a very good dividend of around 7% at the moment. I believe this is sort of a safe bet. There's a few things that AT&T are doing at the moment to sort of position themselves a bit better. They're very good at generating cash flow. The dividend is strong. It's taken a bit of a hit since coronavirus, but their earnings are still pretty solid. I also think that with what's going on and some of the inflated prices you've seen on some of the tech stocks, if it does take a dive, I don't think AT&T is going to be affected anywhere near as much as some of the other stocks, such as like Tesla, which has got a ridiculous price to earnings ratio and has gone up so much since the start of the year. But we'll see about that. Who knows? Leave me a comment if you agree or disagree on that one. So on to the final holding, probably my most favourite holding of all as of now. If you watched my previous portfolio update video, I said that I was going to start cost averaging into Bitcoin over a time, which basically means buying small portions infrequently over time as it dropped or as it increased in value. And that is what I've done. I've stuck to that. I started buying about £7,800 and it's now at £20,000, which, as you can see, has been my largest return so far. Initially, I was only going to allocate around 10% of my portfolio to Bitcoin, and that is what I did. It's just grown into this amount because it's done such a high return. My total return so far on Bitcoin is 121% this year. Do I think that it's going to go higher? I really don't know. I'm not going to be adding any more, I don't think, at this point. Maybe a few little drips and drabs if it really corrects 5 to 10% in value. I'm not sure. I haven't really made my mind up yet. There's a lot of very bullish, optimistic people talking about Bitcoin at the moment, and I'll leave some links to the video and probably flash some images up on the screen. You really need to do your own sort of research and make your own mind up about where you think it's going to go. This was really just sort of like a split between gold and Bitcoin as a sort of hedge, which I made, but we will really just see what happens in the future. If you do want to invest in Bitcoin, I use Coinbase, which is actually going to IPO very soon. It's one of the largest, most sort of well-trusted exchanges, and I'll leave a link in the description to that. And if you sign up using my link, you will get, I believe, $10 free Bitcoin, and I'll also do the same. So please feel free to use that if you want to. So that sort of sums up the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've gained some value. As always, please leave me some comments below on your thoughts. Anything, any stocks you think I should look at, any stocks you think, Jesus Christ, you need to sell these ASAP. But let me know. I'm always keen to hear your thoughts. If you haven't done already, please hit subscribe, please hit like, and I am going to come out with some new investing videos very soon, so please stay tuned for them. And that is me signing out.